In this video, I'm staying in the year 1906 and still referring with photos to James Watson's The Dog Book, published in London. But this book is very international in content, as the author was born in Edinburgh, Scotland in 1845, but in the late 19th century he emigrated to America, where he died in 1915. He was editor of various dog-related publications, and in his obituary was described as one of the best-known canine journalists in America. Without question, the best writer on dog subjects in America. This video is about the Pekingese, with which the Tibetan Spaniel is often connected, and infuriatingly, often photos of early Pekingese dogs are described by the uninitiated as Tibetan Spaniels. The paragraphs that I shall read for you were written by the author, so all are his words, not my own. Each photograph is labelled below exactly as it was published. The name of Pekingese is given to the rough-coated dog whose smooth relative has long been known as the Pekingese or Chinese pug. In America, the rough dog goes by the name of Pekingese Spaniel, but the term Spaniel has been dropped in England, and it is now the Pekingese dog there. It is undoubtedly a very old breed, for the reason that as far back as it can be traced, it is the same dog in its decided peculiarities that we have today, showing that it was then the result of many years' culture and selection for type. Although the circle of information was very limited, the Pekingese dogs, both rough and smooth, were known in England nearly 50 years ago. Specimens of both having been taken to that country from the looting of the imperial summer palaces in Peking. Mrs. Lilburne McEwen, in a sketch of the breed published in 1904, states that they were known at the court of Henry III and are depicted in the painting of the royal pets in a picture attributed to Jacopo da Empoli, but it would require a very vivid imagination to call any of the dogs in this picture a Pekingese. The picture was later reproduced in Illustrated Kennel News and shows a large number of small dogs decorated with ribbons and with pierced ears in which rosettes are tied. Mrs. McEwen also states that Pekingese came to the court of Charles II, but gives no absolute data in support of the statement. It is history, however, that 4 small Pekingese were found in the Summer Palace near Pekin on October 1860, one of which, aptly named Luti, was brought to England and presented to Queen Victoria by Lieutenant Dunn. This dog was illustrated in the London Illustrated News from a drawing by Harrison Weir, dated 1861. The other 3 dogs were commandeered by Admiral John Hay and eventually found their way to Goodwood Castle as the property of the Duke of Gordon and Lord John Hay. It is from these dogs that the English get their Goodwood line of Pekingese. Subsequently, stolen dogs were sent to England, and at the more recent taking of Pekin, a large number, comparatively speaking, were secured and sent there. That the Pekingese is rather low on the leg and somewhat long in the back. The forelegs are set out at the elbows, and the heavy muscle on the outside of the foreleg give it a bowed appearance, as we see in bulldogs at times. There is, of course, good width of brisket. The head is large and has not the pushed-in appearance we see in Japanese or English toy spaniels, and we hope it never will have. The face is short, but the main characteristic is its bulk. There must be no pinching at the nose, but plenty of face cut off square. A pug's foreface as compared with toy spaniels. Another difference from the toy spaniel is that while the skull is prominent and heavy, it does not run up to the cupola dome we see in spaniels, but has a flat top outline with good width between the ears, which should not hang like the Spaniels, but rather add to the width and flatness of the skull by being more the drop ears of the pug. With their feathering of ears, of course, show size, and from the appearance of those on the smooth specimens on the photograph which Dr. Ivy of Shanghai sent as being that of an excellent specimen, we should say that small ears are not so much in demand with breeders of Chinese pugs as with us. The affinity of this dog is much more with the pug than the spaniel, and the English Club have shown good judgment in ridding it of the name of spaniel, which would have a tendency to cause breeders to approach or incorporate certain spaniel attributes not at all desirable. Indeed, there is nothing really spaniel about it, except in the matter of coat, and an approach to toy spaniel fancy in heaviness of skull and shortness of face, but nevertheless with decided difference even in these. Thank you again for watching, and please subscribe if you would like to. Goodbye for now.